It's CardKast with Mike and Lenz, a show about everything sports cards, autographs, and memorabilia. I'm Len plus Z, and this is the Fresh Catch Video Edition. What's up, everybody, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And this video is specially dedicated to my dad. So what I have here is probably something that he might have forgotten that he signed maybe 5 or 6 years ago for me. I was kind of inspired by some of the dual sign baseballs out there that I saw of Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr., and I thought, what a great little thing to have in my office to put on display. So my dad being senior over here, Lenny Svelny Sr., and myself being Lenny Svelny Jr. I'm going to try and get the shadow out of the way there. There it is. Okay. So, he signed this for me maybe, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It was in a box. Recently, I uncovered it, and it's been on my shelving unit for a little while. It's the only signed baseball that I have in my personal collection. I have many signed cards, but not baseballs. They're a little too cumbersome. And, I think in sports, and being that, this is what I do, I'll never forget, or let me say it this way. The connection of baseball between fathers and sons is, I think, deeply rooted in our history in the USA. So it's just one of those things where I remember getting my first real glove for Little League, and it was a Carl Yastrzemski model, and I really didn't know who he was at the time. I knew he was a legendary player. I might have been 9 years old, and I remember just not even really having the hand strength to kind of open and close it. It was so tight. And the whole classic, hey, Len, we got to get the oil in the glove. And I was kind of I liked my stuff neat, and I didn't like getting my hands dirty. So much so that I actually thought that batting gloves were to keep your hands clean and not to take the sting off the ball when you got pitched on the inside. So anyways, so Dad's oiling up the glove. He's like, we're going to take the baseball, we're going to tie a string around, and we're going to stick it between your mattress. And, hopefully in a couple weeks after using and breaking it in, you'll be able to, catch the baseball with a little bit more ease. And I still remember having catch, with my dad after a hard day's work, and not only the ball still bouncing off the hard leather edges of my glove, but also thinking, well, I'm just going to throw this as hard as I can. And poor Dad, after a hard day's of work, I'd throw the ball away from him. And, the ball would go underneath the bushes or something, where he was like, here we go. So let me go grab this. But, my dad introduced me to, obviously introduced me to basketball, to baseball. And something a lot of people may not know about me is that even though I was very good at basketball, I loved baseball. There was a time where I probably loved playing baseball more than basketball, even though I was not nowhere near as good in baseball as I was in basketball. So, but anyways, yeah. So this ball, obviously, I talk about prices and things like that, and and obviously this is a priceless treasure to me. And hopefully, look. It's a neat thing to do. So for all you fathers out there whose fathers are still with you, if this is something that you want to do, I think it's a really cool idea. And, if unfortunately your father is no longer with us and you want to do this with your son, I think this is pretty cool. Or daughter. You could have a softball. You have a father, father-daughter softball signed, dual signed. I think that'd be pretty cool. And if you don't have, if you don't have either, maybe a nephew who you've taken to a ball game or something like that. I think it's just a neat little, not to throw a price on anything, but it's the cost of a baseball in, a couple of seconds to get your signature on there. So maybe this will inspire some people to do that. Maybe you've already done it yourself and thought of this, but I think this is pretty cool. And I will never, ever, ever, sell this baseball. So unless if it's tonight and it's on open auction on eBay starting at $9.99, U.S. First class postage will be $5. I have to make a little for packing it up. And, obviously I'm just kidding. I'd never do that. So, and, so shout out to my friend Jesse Laswell. Usually actually, let me take a step back. Shout out to my friend Mike DeAngelis. He speaks of his father a lot. I'm sure he's thinking of his father today, who is no longer with us. He was very influential on Mike's baseball card journey, and it clearly shows through all the the podcasts that he's done. And he is a great father himself. So anybody that watches his breaks, you see his daughters come through as they help out, and they even know most of the names of the people that are in the room that are taking part in his fun breaks. So usually, and this is where I bring in Jesse Laswell. So Jesse Laswell, we had a conversation where he's like, and I like how you shamelessly plug your own stuff at the end of each video, and it's true. And typically, I have no shame in doing that, but I think I'll end the show, this little video, with a tearjerker. So sit back and enjoy this, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Can I ask you something? Is this heaven?
It's Iowa.
Iowa? Could have sworn it was heaven.
Is there a heaven?
Oh, yeah. It's the place dreams come true.
Maybe this is heaven.
Good night, Ray.
Good night, John. Hey, Dad? You want to have a catch?
I'd like that.
God dang it, that gets me every time. Like I said, I wouldn't shamelessly plug any kind of thing. I would never do that, especially during Father's Day. So, thanks for hanging out with me. Have a very happy Father's Day. Dad, I love you. We'll talk soon.